Welcome to another episode of the QWENTUHAN podcast. We are back. I am TG Palsis from QNX, the head of systems and technology. I'm with my co-host.
Hi, JP, project manager.
Dale, IT na.
Pwede na.
Pwede
na.
Lagi na natutunan. Okay, and we are honored to be joined today by two of our valued guests, Reggie of Komunidad and our very own VP for Questronics Professional Services, Mr. Ramir. Welcome to both of you. This is the chance, Ramir. Alam mo naman, we do this every now and then to share what Questronics is all about. We talk about anything and everything technology and anything and everything else. We can do that. Okay, for today's episode, we tackle a very, modern, controversial topic. What is the cost of innovation? Right? So first of all, what is innovation? We should define our terms. So maybe from one of our expert guests, what do you think, what would you define as innovation?
Well, innovation is about improving your product, services, to provide value to our customers. That's innovation.
Okay, thank you for that. Reggie, what about you?
Siguro for me, it's, I think, process of continuous improvement in anything, right? So, well, when it comes to technology, yun nga, no, as mentioned, improving what you currently have, right? Wala namang katapusan yun. So, yun, for me, that's innovation.
Right. So, it's not only technology, right? It can come in every shape.
Correct.
Right? It's actually, you innovate yourself. Diba?
Right.
Yung
Improve
bati natin
yourself.
narinig. We reinvent ourselves. To improve ourselves from what we were before. Maybe the day before and the year before. So kayo, JP and Dale, contribute din kayo. What do you think? How would you define innovation? Bawal na lang sabihin.
Sayang.
Ayun, so gusto ko yung point about yung improvement kasi it's not just on the technology but also in other facets of life. You innovate on much more than the things that you interact with daily but also with yourself or how you interact with the world. So, yun.
Correct.
Improvement, continuous improvement.
Ganun nga naman, innovation. Kung masasaktan ka ba, babangon ka.
Yeah.
Diba,
Yan
sir?
talaga yung mga point of view ni Yan talaga yung persona niya.
Innovation,
Talaga may
improvement.
sakitan. Ba't kaya may sakitan?
Improvement na lang, sir. Improvement.
Yung-
Improvement. Yan na lang. Improvement.
So, with innovation, maybe it's not really related or maybe it is, but there is a cost to it. No?
Correct.
Maybe not only in financial cost, but in something else cost, like time, di ba? Or cost to do something else instead of doing what you are so used to.
Correct.
Ganyan. So, siguro I'll ask for your opinion on, okay, we want to innovate. That's the buzzword. Ito, if you're not innovating, you're actually moving backward, di ba?
Correct.
But are you ready sa gastos? Does it have to be expensive? Does it have a cost at all? Reggie?
Siguro it all boils down sa priorities mo, right? So, kung individual ka, ang priority mo maging healthy, are you willing to take extra cost to get better food, di ba? Or pag sa
Actually,
exercise,
healthy food is more expensive.
Tama,
di ba?
tama. So, yun nga,
Rather than price.
everything has a cost. Unfortunately, pag mas tinatry mong mag-improve for a lot of things, if you want better quality in all things, may cost talaga siya na involved, right? But, yun nga, di ba? At the end of the day, you get what you pay for. Diba? Yun din yung doon. So, again, siguro for me, it boils down to priorities. So, kung priority mo maging healthy, priority mo mag-improve yung system mo or yung product mo, kung nasang field ka man, yun. Pag gusto ka naming paraan, yun siguro yung pinaka-keyword doon.
Yeah. So, that not only for individuals, that does not apply only for individuals, but also for companies.
Definitely.
So, maybe Reggie gave us a background of what you do
Yeah.
and the place where you work. And
Sure.
what you want to achieve for your company and for your clients.
Yes. So, ako, I'm Reggie, Head of Enterprise Solutions for Komunidad. Komunidad is a software company, a tech company focusing on climate technology. So we focus on two areas, adaptation and mitigation. So yung mga
Adaptation?
and mitigation.
Okay, so
yun yung
adaptation
medyo-
meaning you
So
make-
for a tech company, we help provide software tools to help our partners, clients adapt to the situation in terms of climate, di ba? Climate change,
Right.
no? Pag mitigation naman, it's more yun, again, providing them tools to help measure yung current impact ng mga companies nila in terms of how they impact the environment, yung, syempre, yung social, governance, gano'n. So, yun yung nililid ko. I specifically focus on the private sector, private companies, no? So, komunidad yun yung general ng komunidad, no? But we serve both the public and the private sector. But for me, ang pinaka-scope ko is more on focusing on the private companies.
Right.
Ayan.
Okay, nice. So, going to Ramir.
Mhm.
Ramir, give us also a background of yourself, and the answer to the question is, are you ready to the gastos mo?
Of course! Bakit hindi?
Basta
Bakit
gastos
hindi?
ready.
So, hi, I'm Ramir Garduque. I'm the Vice President for Crossonics Professional Services. So, we as Crossonics provide implementation and project management, making sure that we provide value to our customers and clients.
Parang pinaractice mo yun.
No,
Hindi,
it comes to me
natural.
naturally.
Boss po ni JP. Boss
Boss ni JP.
Boss ni
Ganun,
JP.
palakpakan mo.
So, actually, in terms of innovation, it could be, yes, sabi ko kanina, improvement, no? But basically, it's more than improvement. What is innovation is basically providing value. What is your value that you can provide? Pwede ka kasing you personally, nag-i-improve ka, but you're not providing value. Makeup ka nga ng makeup, hindi naman nakikita yung makeup mo. So, ba't ka nagme-makeup sa loob ng bahay? So, there's no value.
May value sa'yo.
Tapos, no, yung
Para sarili
makeup
lang.
ka ng makeup sa loob ng bahay mo, hindi ka naman nakikita.
Oo nga.
So, paano ka maliligawan? Tapos magreklamo
Hindi
ka,
ma-approve.
single ka.
Punta na doon, no?
Dale, meron ka na karo dito.
Sir, di ba?
Kasi si Dale lang kayong nasa topic na, no?
So,
Kasama na
ibig
ako.
sabihin, if you want to innovate, more than improving yourself, kasi the
Yes.
first
Oo.
step is improving yourself. So, once na, tulad na, nakapolo ka, maganda. But where do you go next?
Sa
So,
bahay.
kung naghahanap ka, kung single ka,
Sa bahay ka lang pala.
huwag kang matakot gumastos pumunta sa bar.
Yun.
Pobla
Di
na.
ba?
Pobla.
Tara po, sir.
Huwag mo sasabihin sa akin, mahal kasi ng beer doon, may entrance pa, 300.
Ang bar yan.
Diba?
Pero consumable.
Gusto pa ba yung ganun sa napaghahalataan tayo?
Okay, may banda kasi.
So basically, you have to be ready to spend. No? Improving yourself first, then providing and getting value to your improvement na ginawa should be equivalent dun sa gagastusin mo.
Or greater than.
Or greater than.
So ROI.
Of course,
Oh,
because the
oh,
higher the investment, the higher the returns.
Correct.
Yun yun. So if you want to leap from just improving, you innovate, and that includes cost.
Correct. Hindi may iwasan.
Hindi maiiwasan.
Hindi may iwasan.
Ano din? Ano masasabi mo doon?
Parang effort.
nakapolo.
Parang nakapolo. Kulang na lang. Pupunta
Pang-limang
ng bar.
polo.
Pang-limang polo ka na to. Parang effort din. Sabihin natin yung pera. It can be, kung sa tao, effort din. Nagbubuhos ka ng effort. Pero kung wala naman makakakita, parang ganun siguro yung take ko din dun eh. Nag-effort ka, tapos di mo naman makukuha yung gusto.
Kaya nga, it goes back to priority. So kung priority
Yes.
mo na, di ba, makita ka, maligawan ka, kailangan mo mag-invest doon sa
300, no?
sa
Okay na yan,
oras.
mababawi na agad. 300.
Diba?
Meet new people na kagad. No?
Okay.
But couldn't innovation be altruistic in nature? Meaning, you improve for the sake of improving, not really expecting anything in return. Ako, hindi ko sinasabing mali or tama. I'm just throwing it out there na,
Yeah.
do you want to improve because it's parang being good for goodness sake. Parang ganun.
Or do you want to be just more profitable? Ganun?
Correct.
O kaya nga, or does it always have to be tied
Oh.
to an ROI?
To an-
Yan. Magandang, siguro.
Siguro in
tingin
terms
mo?
of cost, I don't think it doesn't necessarily have to have a big cost, di ba? I mean, again, going back to fitness. For example, kung gusto mo lang mas maging healthy, there are ways naman na hindi ka gagastos ng malaki, di ba? Pero, mag-improve ka pa rin. Pero again, pag nag-invest ka, may cost na, you expect din na mas
Meron
mapabilis
talaga.
yung process, right? So in terms of, yun, again,
There's an improvement somewhere,
correct.
but not necessarily
Baka hindi na siya
financial.
ganun ka-significant.
Financial
or
returns.
bibilis,
lang.
gano'n.
Maybe the return you need is you feel, or do you want is you feel happy about yourself.
Definitely.
Di ba, galing?
Tama.
Oh, di ba?
For
Pwede na
example,
yun.
you also you have to be innovative in terms of your ideas.
Yes.
Oh, for example, nakabihis ka na ng polong ganyan, kapalitin, naka-makeup pa, no? So, wala kang panggasto sa bar.
Okay.
Be innovative. What's your next step? You have to be creative.
Oo, sir. So,
Sige, sample.
Sasabay ka sa-
Sample, sir.
Sample.
Sasayaw ka ba sa bar?
Ha?
Hindi, creativity.
Ito, creativity.
Creativity.
Yan.
Depende na.
No. So,
Life hacks.
Life
ako
hacks.
naman may car sa'yo, hindi yayain mo.
Yun.
Hindi nakalimutan.
Hindi, baliktad. Pag niyaya mo, tapos nagbayad, may crush sa'yo yun.
Pwede.
Yan yung
Proof mo.
Oo,
Di ba?
pwede ka magyaya. Uy, punta tayo dito sa bar na to, may bago. Di ba gusto mo pumunta doon? Mahilig ka sa ganyan. Gusto mo samahan kita? I mean, you need to be creative. Walang
Creative.
gastos yun.
Dale, makinig ka,
Oo.
Dale. Makinig ka.
So tama.
So,
pwede
as,
rin walang gastos.
Pwede rin.
In
Pwede
terms
rin.
of creative ideas.
Creative.
Correct.
So, as much as we'd love to talk about bars,
No.
malilibre sa atin sa bar, we also have to talk about tech, right?
Yeah.
So, one of the key innovation technologies we have now is AI.
Mhm.
Everybody's talking about
Yes.
AI. And what is the cost to AI, di ba? Of course, there's the cost of the hardware or the cloud.
Yeah.
And more importantly, related to our topic, the cost to the environment. Right? So, I'm sure, Reggie, you can enlighten us on how, the growing demand for AI will eventually have its effect on, larger data centers, hence larger electricity costs, the cost to produce that electricity and all that. So, can you
Definitely.
enlighten us?
Siguro, hindi directly to AI, pero sa trend, no? Kasi yung sa business ng komunidad, one solution that we have is the ESG and sustainability data management. So when you talk about that solution, companies are now trying to measure yung impact ng business nila, how sustainable their business is in a few years, in 10, 20, 50 years. Ganun na yung sukatan nila ngayon, right? And of course, AI plays a factor in a way na it helps them analyze lang the data, no? Kung ano yung meron sila. Kasi sometimes, medyo, if very manual yung mga
Yes.
data.
So, rather than manually analyzing, mas
Yes,
efficient pa.
Mas efficient yon. But syempre kami as a tech company, kami yung nag-integrate ngayon ng AI component into the solutions, no? But I think it all boils down pa rin na ngayon, mas hindi na katulad dati na puro profit lang yung iniisip ng mga businesses, right? Of course, meron pa rin siguro mga iilan, pero if you're talking about a well-known, a big company na malaki talaga yung ng impact, no, sa iba't ibang environment man yan, they're already considering things talaga na, okay, kailangan namin i-measure or kung ano yung pwede namin magawa. And it starts with measuring muna kung ano ba yung current impact nyo muna. Kasi bago ka...
Yung walang ESG reporting, current operations.
Kailangan sa
sige.
operations lang. No? So yan, yung mga data na yan ngayon, very fragmented. No? Ang dami naman data, walang shortage of data, pero it's very fragmented usually. So, a lot of companies start with measuring muna. Diba? What gets measured gets done. Yan nga yung sinasabi nila. Kasi if you don't know what you're currently doing, ano yung current impact mo, hindi mo rin masusolusyonan kung paano mag-move forward. Diba? So, for me, it starts there, and then, yun nga, AI makes it easier lang, no? Ako, I don't believe naman na, di ba, dami ring topics about AI, how it can, di ba, Elon Musk nag-release recently na nag-testify siya against OpenAI, pero I think in all things, may good and evil, di ba? So, siguro, ang responsibility na lang natin as individuals is mag-contribute tayo dun sa good, di ba? Dun sa part na yon. So siguro dun nagpe-play yung AI na component, no? Syempre, a lot of the companies, kung hindi naman yan yung focus mo, hindi naman parang sa kanila outside noise lang yung technology. And they need people na, okay, in the field na alam yung nangyayari to help them navigate through that very I guess magulo na na technology, right? But I think that there's more benefit than kung ano yung mga kinakatakot usually. And again, it starts with, for me, as an individual, yun nga, yung focus mo, mas gamitin siya for good, right? So, yun.
How do ito for siguro myself and a lot of us watching this podcast, how do companies get ROI from implementing ESG? Kasi it's easy to say, okay, you're implementing a new system, of course may cost yan. Tapos ano ba, makakatipid ba tayo on electricity or anything? Or of course regulatory, yung pagsunod sa mga regulations, that's part of it. You don't get penalized, but that's on the negative. But what about on the positive side? How do they get
ang dami ngayon na nag-invest, na investors, na pag wala kang sustainability plans, hindi sila mag-invest sa company.
And also, sustainable banking.
Yes.
A lot of the banks now are
Sustainable finance.
Yeah, sustainable finance. It's not new. It's been here for maybe like 8-10 years already. So, on that end, but on the operational, kung operations nila itself.
I think yung route naman din, yes, definitely. I think yung route naman yan, for example, CSR initiatives, di ba? Finding ways na, kaya nasa production ka, tapos meron kang mga waste na pwede mo palang apparently i-recycle to have a different purpose. Siguro ganun siya nagsisimula, di ba? Pero pag pinalaki mo yon at a bigger level, tas a larger operations, imagine, yun yung ROI na sinasabi natin na, okay, dati basura ko lang to, pero yung basura pala na to, pwedeng ma-convert into another income stream or mabalik lang sa akin, maless yung
maging large scale na.
So in terms of, syempre, at the end of the day, ROI, even investors, hindi naman sila mag-i-invest sa'yo kung, okay, tingin ko after 20 years, talo yung company na to. Pero sa kanila, ang tinitignan nila, yung longevity. So sustainability helps you helps with longevity of the company. Kasi nga, they're thinking about 50 years, 100 years ahead na, di ba? Not only for the next 5-10 years lang. So, in terms of ROI, oo, meron, definitely. Pero matagal, it's a process, di ba? Hindi siya pwedeng, next year, gano'n na agad, may ROI ka na agad na in-ex.
Ano yung time horizon?
It depends eh.
3 to 5 years.
Kami may short term, may 5, 10 years, or 20 years, 50 years na strategy, ganyan. But again, sa amin naman, ang focus lang namin is helping them track muna yung meron kayo currently. And then doon na pumapasok yung mga partners namin na for advisory, okay, you can do this. Kasi nga, minsan, iba-iba rin, very specific to the sector eh. No?
From what they need.
Tama, kung ano yung kailangan. Are you in the power industry? Are you in the banking industry? Iba-iba siya. Pero kami, yun, tutulungan muna namin sila na kasi from fragmented data, combine it into a centralized platform. And yun, no? Again, helping them knowing kung ano ba yung meron sila currently in a faster way. Kasi ngayon, very manual pa. Usually Excel sheets, di ba? So, ayan, yun yung mahirap.
Even in the biggest organization.
Exactly. And karamihan pa rin, even the bigger organizations, pag sinabing sustainability, usually nagdo-double hat. Minsan, si compliance officer lang, di ba? Ngayon, we see a trend na meron na talagang sustainability teams yung mga big companies talaga, no? Hindi na yung, okay, CFO, baka pwede, ikaw na rin yung
Hindi pwede. Kasi contradictory yung objective.
Tsaka parang yung nangyayari, if they feel like, okay, additional work lang to sa akin eh. Ganun nila tinitingnan. Unlike pag sustainability professional ka or sustainability practitioner ka, focus ka lang talaga on making the company more sustainable, which is better in the long run, di ba?
Napunta tayo dun sa sustainability as a term. As someone fairly new to sa corporate. So maybe Sir Ramir can also enlighten, no? What does it mean to be sustainable, or ano ba ibig sabihin ng sustainability? Kasi parang when Reggie explained it earlier, parang you can fit it in different facets, hindi lang sa technology, di ba? So,
correct. Siguro when it comes to sustainability, hindi lang focus on making money the company, no? Pero being more responsible in a way na after 5 years, kaya may natural resources ka na kinokonsume sa business mo. In 5 or 20 years ba, yung mauubos ba siya? Ano yung effect nun sa environment? So, when you talk about sustainability, you're focusing on maging responsible lang, not only within the company, pero yung effect ng company mo sa hindi lang doon sa community, doon sa overall system, no? Even sa suppliers, tinitingnan nila kung sino, dapat mas maingat sila sa pag-check ng mga suppliers nila. So, responsible ba to in terms of handling the environment, no? Siyempre, a big part of it is the impact to the environment, but also, yan, social, di ba? Kung sustainable ba na puro nasa ganitong field lang or ganitong schools lang yung ina-hire mo. Marami siyang, medyo, it's a broad term definitely, pero at the end of the day, yun nga, sustainability lang, when you talk about sustainability. Yun nga, no, being more responsible in a long-term perspective, no. Dapat na after mga generations na, mga anak-anak mo na, apo-apo mo na, okay pa rin yung company, hindi siya nagdudu ng negative sa negative impact, no. Napakurong yung nangyayari, di ba? Kasi ayaw naman natin bandang huli nga na okay, malakas nga kumita yung company mo ngayon, pero after 20 years, maganda yung company mo, pero yung environment na na-damage niya. Yung cost mo sa
is
environment.
more than what
Exactly, oo.
value should create.
Yun. No, again, going back to value. Yung value mo, hindi lang pwedeng pang ngayon. Dapat yung value mo, pangmatagalan. And hindi lang value ng kumpanya mo, value ng kung nasan kang community, di ba? Yun. So, ganun siya.